Hey there, thinkers. Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and well, look who finally decided to show up to the party with an announcement we all saw coming from a mile away. So Rocksteady has officially confirmed that we've all been screaming. Rocksteady has officially confirmed what we've all been screaming about for, well, ages. What the shills and the fanboys have been bending over backwards to, well, deny. And remember all those enlightened comments insisting that the game was thriving and that the console player base was just massive and that the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League would be alive and kicking for years to come? Well, yeah, good times, right? Well, I've had every kind of keyboard warrior in my comments trying to gaslight me, claiming everything was just sunshine and rainbows. The game's fine, they'd say. You're just a hater, they'd cry. And yet here we are, the cold hard numbers have been sitting there all along. But now, Rocksteady's finally admitting defeat. After Season 4, they're pulling the plug. Lights out for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And guess reality finally caught up, huh? However, I have a few things to say here, but before I do, we have a small request. If you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. We would greatly appreciate this, since this will help us appease those YouTube algorithm gods, so we thank you. Now, let me give you our thoughts on this, and let's get into it. Now, I have seen a bunch of YouTube channels tweet about how the Suicide Squad is, well, dead. And honestly, the amount of hate that they got was completely off the charts. And it's the usual crew of defenders which came out in full force, throwing the same old tired insults like hater, grifter, liar, like you know the drill. They couldn't seem to handle any criticism though, so they bent over backwards trying to convince everyone that the game was, well, perfectly fine. Meanwhile, they were accusing anyone who didn't agree with the rage baiting like it's some kind of sin to have an opinion. It's like they think that the tweet about a video game is like the end of the world. But clearly, the only thing that they're really mad about is anyone daring to say something they don't like. It's like a classic X meltdown. And, well, now fast forward to today, and look where their toxic positivity got them. Well, bravo everyone. Slow clap for all that performative cheerleading, because instead of facing the cold, hard truth that the game was a dumpster fire from day one, they doubled down, shilled harder, and proudly threw their money at the sinking ship. And now, Season 4 is rolling out, but surprise! It's the game's farewell tour. Chef's kiss. So, according to Phantom Pulse, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League didn't just flop, it flopped into oblivion, costing Warner Brothers a casual $200 million plus in an impairment charge. Yes, $200 million. But don't worry, the shills were on it, throwing the cash at the dumpster fire and acting like everything was just peachy. They clung to the denial like a life raft, even as the game sank faster than a lead balloon. And Warner Brothers finally threw in the towel, announcing that Season 4, starring Deathstroke as a farewell pity invite, would be the game's golden ticket. Like, for context, the game peaked at a whopping 13,459 concurrent players at launch. And fast forward to November, and it couldn't even scrape together 200 players in a 24-hour period. Just iconic. Oh, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I mean, this game has been simmering on the back burner for so long. The whole kitchen damn well burned down. We have shouted from the rooftops in video after video saying don't waste your time or money on this train wreck. But hey, they managed to disrespect everyone. Gamers, Arkham fans, and anyone with standards, except, of course, the LGBTQ plus community, whose inclusion seemed to be the only item on the priority checklist. Players were so thrilled by game-breaking bugs and a launch that screamed unfinished, and the absolute butchering of iconic characters like Batman. But hey, you know what? They tossed in Deathstroke at the last second because nothing screams fan service quite like Too Little Too Late now, right? Like, this game isn't just bad, it's dead, so rest in pieces. Honestly, Warner Brothers, truly a masterclass in self-sabotage. Like, you've just come off a $200 million disaster that followed the runaway success of Hogwarts Legacy, and yet, here we are watching you take a golden opportunity and turn it into a flaming wreck. I mean, how do you manage to serve up such a half-baked, glitch-ridden mess? Like, it's almost impressive, really. Did someone at Warner Brothers think that gamers would just forget all logic and demand this broken piece of work? Like, the sheer audacity is almost stunning. Like, you somehow found a way to deliver exactly what nobody asked for, all while somehow making it worse. It's like you looked at the success of Hogwarts Legacy and thought, you know what, hold my beer, I'm about to wreck this. And honestly, you have earned every penny of that $200 million loss, and probably deserve a special reward for the sheer level of incompetence on display here. Bravo, Warner Brothers. Bravo. Because here we are, again, in the delightful realm of being absolutely right, while the shills who screeched the loudest about me being a liar, grifter, and every other colorful insult that they could muster are suddenly quieter than a game server after a botched launch. Like, I mean, it's almost funny if it weren't so fucking predictable. I mean, time after time, I've called out these train wrecks before they even left the station, and time after time, I have been proven correct. And yet, when it all crumbles exactly as I said it would, where are all the self-proclaimed truth tellers? The keyboard warriors who swore up and down that I didn't know what I was talking about? I mean, they're nowhere to be found. Not even a hey, you were right in passing. Nothing. It's like they all collectively decided to vanish into the void. But you know what? I'm not going to hold my breath for an apology, because that would require admitting that they were wrong. And we all know that's harder for them than actually playing one of these broken, soulless games that they so vigorously defend. So here I am standing tall on the wreckage while they're all off pretending that this never happened. How typical. However, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now. So I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!